everyone, so today's video is going to be a part 2 of my going blonde at home video. I posted a video about 2 weeks ago now about going blonde at home from my previous brown blonde ombre, and as you can see I've gone blonder again, and I've also toned my hair to this kind of like silvery ashy blonde. So I know some of you are really interested to see what my hair looks like now and the sort of products I use and everything, so that's what this video is going to be about. I'm not doing like a tutorial demonstration, I'm just going to talk about what I did and everything. The reason I didn't film it is because I was a little unsure about the timings of everything and it was a bit trial and error, so I didn't want to have the stress of filming as well as doing my hair, and obviously I didn't want to damage my hair, didn't want it to fall off, so I needed to concentrate. So this is my hair now. It is a bleach blonde and I've put through it some purple and blue tone. You can still see a bit of like a more brassier blonde. That was where the majority of the brown dye was, which unfortunately hasn't lifted as much as the rest of my hair, but it's a lot more toned down than in my last video. So I'll insert some footage now from my first how to go blonde at home video, so you can see what my hair was like in that video, and if you want to know what I use then go and watch that video. And I'll also insert a clip from my last video before I toned my hair. So my last video my hair was bleach blonde, but I hadn't toned it. So I'll start off with what I did. So the first thing I did was I let my hair go quite greasy, as that works best if you're going to bleach your hair, and I used the L'Oreal Preference Extreme Platinum box dye. And I actually needed 3 of these to cover my hair. I originally bought 1, and after watching quite a few tutorials online saw that some people use 2, so I decided to get 3 to be safe. I'm so glad I did, otherwise I would have had a dark patch because there wasn't enough. So I got 3 of these. I have quite thick hair. It's not as thick as it was because it's been bleached, but and it's sort of semi like medium length. It's not overly long, I would say. It's definitely a lot longer than it was and it is growing quite well actually. So yeah, this is my length and thickness of hair, so I use 3 boxes. So if you are going to do this, so get plenty and then you know you've got enough. So in the box you mix it up. It tells you to mix it in the bottle. Now I actually did my mum's with one of these, which wasn't the extreme, that was a very platinum. She just wanted like a blonde colour like what I had before, and I mixed it in the bottle and it was really hard to mix. I ended up with like a powder mush at the bottom that hadn't been used, so I mixed it in a little pot with a brush just like they do at the hairdressers. It works a lot better. Applied it all over with a tint brush. Now I'll put this down, I don't know why I'm still holding it. When you apply this you need to put it on the lengths and ends first, and then you go back and do the roots. So you do it about there, about 3 centimetres away from the roots it says. I did it to where it was blonde already, and then you go back and do the roots because your roots don't take as long to process because obviously it's natural hair that's not been dyed. If you're going straight on top of dye then I don't know how that would work, but yes, that's what I did. It says to leave it on for 45 minutes. I left it on for an hour. I'm not really good at following instructions, but I left it on for an hour because it wasn't quite light enough, and it says to leave it for 5 minutes longer, and as I've said before, when I've had it done in the hairdressers it's been on for hours before today because I have got thick hair. So I left it on for an hour, washed it off, used some purple shampoo to wash it off with to make sure I got it all out, and then I also used some toner on it. I used the Scott Cornwall Colour Restore Ice Platinum Toner, which gets rid of yellow and brassy tones. Put this all over my hair as soon as it had been washed, left it for another hour and then washed it off. This got rid of a lot of the brassy tones, left me with sort of like a nice sort of blonde colour, but it was still a bit brassier than I wanted, so I did go in and tone it. Now I did quite a lot of research on the internet and watched loads of videos, which I would recommend you to do if you're thinking of doing this to your hair, and I saw a lot of people talking about the Directions dyes, which are these. So I ordered a couple off Amazon and I ordered the silver and lilac colours. You can get a white toner and a silver toner. I decided to get the colour because I saw a lot of people had used the silver toner and it didn't really do much. So I mixed these two. I used about half a pot of each with some conditioner. The one I used was the Herbal Essences Coconut Hello Hydration Moisturising Conditioner with coconut scent. This is slightly blue tone conditioner, but any sort of white toned conditioner will work. I mixed it together, I applied it all over with a tint brush, and I applied it to dry hair as well. It does say to do it on wet hair, but I did like a strand test, so I took a piece from under here, which you weren't going to see. I tried it exactly following the instructions on, I did it on dry hair for 15 minutes and it did practically nothing, so I knew that it wouldn't overwork on dry hair. So I put it on dry hair all over and I left it on for an hour. Doesn't matter how long you leave that on your hair because it's just a conditioning semi-permanent dye, it's not going to damage your hair. So I left it on for an hour and then I washed it off. Again, I used a little bit of purple shampoo to make sure all the dye was out, and then I just put some conditioner through the ends. I actually used the conditioner that came with the bleach, which is like a purple tone conditioner. And then I just let it dry. I dried it a little bit with a hairdryer and this is what it came out like. So it's kind of like a bluey, grey toned ashy blonde. Obviously when I wash my hair the colours will fade a little bit and it will go to like an ashy blonde, which is what I'm hoping for. It is a bit more blue than I would have liked, but I do quite like the lilac in it and everything. So yeah, that's very, very powerful, that toner. So if you are struggling with really, really brassy tones, then I'd recommend that. But as you can see, I do have some quite warm tones still left in my hair. Sorry, just looking in the viewfinder to make sure I'm showing you the right piece. Those directions dyes will only take on very, very light and white hair. They won't take if you've got orange or if you're in that ginger phase. It will not take. It might tone it down a bit, which is what it's done with my sort of darker bits, but it won't go the colour. It's just like painting on paper. If you paint on white paper you'll get a true colour. If you paint on like yellow paper you won't. So that's that. So yeah, that's everything I've done to my hair. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you if you're thinking about dyeing your hair, or if you're just interested to see what I used and how I did it. My hair doesn't feel damaged at all. It does feel a slightly thinner because it's been bleached, but I get that. Your hair does come out a little bit if you bleach it. I'm talking like single strands, I'm not talking big chunks. I know there's like a lot of horror story videos on YouTube about that. I'm talking like single strands, which is perfectly normal. It's happened every time I've had my hair bleached. Happens when I go to hairdressers, it happens when you do it at home. It's just the bleach kills off any sort of weaker hairs. But if you're getting big chunks coming out, you've obviously done something really, really wrong, and just wash it off. But yeah, so I'm really, really happy with it. I have been putting lots and lots of oils through the ends and things just to maintain the condition. I've also not used any heat on my hair, and up until last night actually when I blow dried it, because I needed to take the dog a walk and I couldn't go out with wet hair. But other than that, I've used no heat on it whatsoever, which does really, really help, especially if you're trying to grow your hair as well. I know it's a stupid thing to do, to try and bleach your hair to platinum blonde and grow it at the same time, but it can be done because mine's growing fine. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope some of you found it useful, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!